So I haven't put out a proper review for like over a month now, and the reason for that is I've just been playing a lot of different games, recording footage here and there, but nothing to really make a full video. So here's a new series I'm starting. Likely self-explanatory. I'll just make one of these whenever I'm like backed into a corner and I don't really know what to make a video of. So here's what I've been playing. Dark Souls 2. I didn't finish it, although I do intend to. It's just been temporarily postponed. What can I say about this game? It's about as horrible as they say it is. From a technical standpoint and design-wise, it's not too far off from the first game, but fans refuse to admit that for some reason. Look, there's not really much I can say about this game without repeating the shit I've said 1,000 times already. Controls clunky, enemy placement clunky, runback's bad, etc, etc. Although the game is terrible, that's why it's fun, apparently. So stay tuned for a full video because I will be making a full video on Dark Souls 2. Not a review, more so a playthrough. Moving on, just to round off the Souls-likes here, another Crab's Treasure. Firstly, add this to the list of Souls-likes that are better than the actual Souls games. For those that don't know, it's a cartoony underwater Souls-like, complete with tough-as-nails bosses and the interlinked looping level design that From Software's games are famous for. It ticks all the boxes of a Souls-like except for one. You're actually allowed to feel happiness while playing this game. It's bright and colourful, yes, but there's plenty of areas where the saturation is toned down. There's a minimalist upgrade tree and a handful of special abilities. Like Lies of P, you manually trigger a boss's stagger whenever you build up the flashing gauge around their health bar, which I previously stated that I liked. Actually, I prefer that. I'm not saying it's better, but I prefer the staggers being purposeful activation rather than just blind hope and or luck. But obviously, what sets this game aside is its art style and direction, very reminiscent of the Heavy Iron duology, Battle for Bikini Bottom and the SpongeBob movie game. I'm also partial to games set underwater, so it's just kind of a no-brainer for me. Kind of pushing my Souls-like upper limit here. I've enjoyed so many of them in a row, and I feel like I do have to give credit to From Software for that. I tend to really struggle with games not really being able to retain my interest. Oftentimes I'll start a game with the intention of playing it and its sequels, only to end up finishing the first one and leaving the sequels. Perfect example is the Sly trilogy. I played the first one, absolutely loved it, but just couldn't bring myself to play the next two for whatever reason. Even though I was the most excited to play the second one in the first place, as that's the one that the fans recommended to me the most. So for From Software's games to somehow capture and maintain my attention for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games in a row, when frankly they are all similar enough that ordinarily I would have lost interest way before now, it's surprising to say the least. Dark Souls 1 was a sour note to end it on, however following that by Another Crab's Treasure was the cherry on top of this peculiar tasting chocolate cake. X-Defiant. I did actually make a little highlight video of this game, just me and my friends fucking about. Most of that video was kind of centered around the dumb shit we were saying in between games.
You're not playing objective. What was it? Was it matter, bro?
I'm playing objective, just in a different way.
In a different way?
Yeah, I'm violating them. I'm jumping in the orifices. They don't know what's coming to them. The game is alright. Good, even. Though the fabled COD killer, it is not. COD is the COD killer. That franchise ran itself into the ground many, many years ago. Has X-Defiant picked up that slack? Kinda. I loved the old Call of Duty games before all the advanced movement and, yeah, Warzone. X-Defiant is a mixed bag, to say the least. Being that it owes much more to the modern Call of Duty games than the old ones, it still has sliding, and now it has a variety of shitty Valorant abilities. If it remains at the same number of abilities it has now, it will be okay, but as the roster of characters grew on Valorant, I lost interest. Way too much shit to memorize for someone like me that is casual and just likes to drop in and out without keeping up with metas and whatnot. I imagine the case will be the same for X-Defiant if they keep adding more and more stuff. Also, some of these guns are very clearly unbalanced and blatantly better than others. That shouldn't be the case, but I'm not going to dock points because that's the case for like every shooter game. Another huge issue. The grenades. Oh my God, fuck the grenades, holy shit. I can't blame X-Defiant for this because grenades have always been readily available for everyone in every first-person shooter, but it just seem to be fucking everywhere in this game. No matter where I am, I'm either trying to avoid a red grenade icon or one of the godforsaken spider bots. In a nutshell, this game is fun, but like all unbalanced multiplayer games, don't take it too seriously. I'm fucking sick of you disrespecting me. Every
I didn't
fucking
disrespect
day.
you.
I'm not fucking talking to you. Every single game, I'm down there, I'm on that site. Everyone else is dilly-dallying, running around the fucking map for no fucking reason.
dilly-dally.
Yeah,
Other
but
than
no,
to
but
try
no.
and capture a different site. What are you trying to capture Seaside for? We don't fucking need it. Just get on the game with a few friends and try and enjoy yourself. Black Ops 2 and 3. May as well just group these two together as I've more or less been exclusively playing the zombies mode. Town is probably my most played zombies map ever. Black Ops 2 is probably my most played Call of Duty, and taking into consideration most of my friends didn't have the DLC back in the day, Transit and Town were mostly our only options for multiplayer. And it's an excellently simple map with a perfect training spot. Great for single player. You do tend to tread on each other's toes when you push to 3 or 4 players though. We also played Mob of the Dead, that was fun. I might make a video replaying all the zombies maps from Black Ops 2, but what I'm really obsessed with right now is Black Ops 3 zombies. In my opinion, this is the definitive Treyarch zombies experience. The perks, the gobblegums, the abundance of DLC, and native custom map support. Not to mention this game is old now, so you can easily mod it and unlock everything. More than likely I will be making a full video about Black Ops 3, so I'll just leave it at that for now. Super Mario World. The original Super Mario trilogy were some of my earliest game reviews, and I wholeheartedly intended to review Super Mario World 2, but there's not really a lot that I can say here. Don't get me wrong, the game is absolutely brilliant. It's ancient and yet it still somehow stands up to modern 2D platformers. I recorded my playthrough of this game, but after editing a lot of it, I found the video quite bland really, so that video is getting shelved. Let it be known that I think this game is absolutely fantastic and I loved playing it, but I've already reviewed all the mainline Mario games leading up to this one and there's not much I can add without repeating myself. Then again, I did review how many Souls games in a row, so you know, whatever. Learning from my mistakes or whatever, all that sort of shit. I plan to have a little more variety on this channel from now on, but From Software's games are not fully in the rearview mirror just yet. Thank you for watching and bearing with me. Stay tuned.